everybody, it's me, Phoebe. I know I've been gone for a really long time, but I'm back. So I have some really exciting news before we start on a really awesome unboxing with you guys today. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. I can't tell if you're ready. You have to tell me. I'm listening. Are you ready? Okay, I think you're ready. I'm getting married. Yes, I am getting married, and I am extremely excited. We haven't announced it to everybody yet, and in a way I kind of just did announce it to everybody, and that's totally okay because you guys are my friends and family. We did things really backwards. He's not proposed yet. He's going to. He's working on getting the ring. We've been talking about getting married for a long time, and then there were just some doors that started opening up, and it was like, wow, okay, now seems like a great time to actually follow through with what we've been talking about forever. So we decided that we are going to get married. We are planning the wedding in August, which is really close, and we are extremely excited. So that's why I've been kind of absent with my photos on Instagram and a little absent in a lot of other places actually, just because I've been up to my eyeballs in things that need to be done. But today I am dedicating my time to you guys to share an awesome unboxing with you from Spearcraft Book Box. This is my first box that I've ever received from them, and they have sent it to me free of charge in exchange for an honest review. So, that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started, but I am gonna let you know I'm doing things a little different today. Instead of what I would usually do, which is where I would point the camera down and you guys would get to see, basically from your own perspective, a look into the box. But I'm not gonna do that today, because I really enjoy getting to talk to you guys and getting to know you guys, and so for me, it's important that you get to know me too. And it's really hard to get to know somebody who really you're only getting to see the text that I put on the videos every time I put them up. So I figured it'd be much better if you guys got to see my actual expressions as we're going through the box and talk about the things that I get and how they smell and how they feel and what they look like and if they're good, if they're not good, etc, etc, etc. So, are you ready to get started? Because I'm ready to get started. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and open up this beauty. Try not to judge me for my weirdness, because I am an Akko Taco. Very first thing we see at the top of the box is a sci-fi card with spoilers. So we're not gonna discuss that with you. Also, that nice little reflective thing, that's the light on my lens that I'm going to be working very hard to keep out of the way of you guys actually seeing what it is I'm showing you. So the back of the sci-fi card has a whole bunch of spoilers about everything that's inside the box, so we're not gonna look at that because I want to be surprised like you guys. And then we have all the little worms, because who doesn't need worms in their life? Me, because then they get everywhere. The worms. My worms. So the first thing I see out of the top of the box is a bath bomb! That's really pretty colors too. If you can tell, it's like a pink and a blue. Well, you probably can't tell because it doesn't want to focus. There you go. Yeah, sort of focused. There you go. It smells really good. Like, I just casually kind of passed it by my nose. It smells kind of like an ocean breeze to me. I don't know, maybe I'm insane, maybe that's weird, but it really does. It smells very good. I think the only thing that I'm concerned with was the fact that it is kind of partially open. It doesn't close all the way, but I don't know if that's normal or not because I don't usually buy bath bombs, just because they're expensive and then I use them one time and then I want more and then I don't have enough money for more, and it's just a never-ending cycle of wah. But there's still amazing things that I'm glad that I got one. Alright, moving on, what do we see? A magnet. It says, "Honor has no place in survival," and it's from the book Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. Let's see if you can see that, because it doesn't want to focus. There you go. It's all shiny. But yeah, it's a magnet. I actually don't have Carve the Mark yet, so I need to get that at some point. I don't know, I've heard mixed reviews on it, so we'll see. The next thing we got is this cute little adorable bag with what appears to be necklaces, or a necklace, or something like that in here. Let's see what it says. Oh, this is really cute. They are references to the Star Wars movie with Han Solo and Princess Leia whenever she says, "I love you," and his response is, "I know." Let me see if I can hang these perfectly for you guys to see side by side. Because they're, I don't know, they're not really wanting to cooperate. Can you see that? It's so shiny. I'm really sorry if you can't see it, but it does. One says I love you, one says I know. And this is perfect for my fiance and I mean, we are getting married, so obviously we love each other. At least one would hope, right? You know, I'm losing faith in humanity over time. There's a little business card for Spearcraft, which I will include in a photo at the end of the video just so that you guys can see all of their social media and where to find them, because you definitely want to get with this company. Also, we have a really cool Princess Leia magnet as well. Again, this reflection is killing me. I'm so sorry, guys, but that's really cute. I'm gonna have to find a place to put the magnets that I have, because my mom, she has this like stainless steel fridge and she's like, no magnets, no nothing, don't make it look bad, don't touch it, clean it off if you get fingerprints on it, because that's just the way that my mom is. So that being said, right now my bookmarks are just like strategically placed on my shelves, and so that's what I'm gonna have to work towards finding. Also, a really cool bookmark of the TARDIS. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's pretty chill. And I love Doctor Who, so that's really exciting for me. Also, if I look really weird by like staring off into the side, that's where I can actually see myself, and I'm trying to make sure that everything is in frame and that it's not reflecting, because I've had incidents where I've showed you guys things and then I go back and look at the video later and I'm like, oh, they actually couldn't see that. Oops. Next we have a Divergent reference. I want to be brave and selfless and smart and kind and honest. And then one choice can transform you. You open up this little card that you get here, and really cool Divergent stickers of all the factions that are upside down, I think. No, they're not upside down. Oh well, they're really cool though. They really are really cool. And they're good quality too. They're interesting material. They're very soft for stickers. Let's see here, what's next? So, here we are. Okay, I know who that is. So if you see here, Triss has the little birds in the corner, which is what makes me think that is in fact Triss. And the guy, I'm just gonna naturally assume is 4. However, I don't know, like they don't really personally look like 4 and Triss to me. They don't look like what I would assume would be the renditions of 4 and Triss. But I'm more focused on quality than I am on the specifics of whether or not it fits my personal preference, and they are really good quality bookmarks. They seem relatively strong, so they would last. You know, it's not like they're gonna clip them on and then they're just gonna fall right back off. So they're pretty strong. So that's good. I always prefer my magnetic bookmarks to be strong. I hate getting bookmarks that are like weak and you clip them on and then they just fall right back off. And you're like, what are you doing? Why? So the next little thing that we find in here is an adorable Star Wars bookmark. Let's see if you guys can see that again. I'm really sorry about the light reflecting. So Star Wars bookmark. And on the back, it's Divergent, which is really creative. It's like specific to the box because obviously we have Star Wars and Divergent tie-ins throughout the entire box. So that's really creative on their part. Following that, we have another little business card with their website, their email, and their Instagram. Don't know if you can see that because it's like really bright and it doesn't want to adjust to the color. Worms, more worms, and the more worms, and the worms more. We have Morgan Wiley, Enchanted Journeys, and it looks like an advertisement. Oh, it's signed too, how cool. It's got advertisements for all of the books that Morgan has written, and dun-da-da-da, it is signed, which is awesome sauces. Who doesn't love signed things? I know I do. I think this is the coolest thing in the entire box. This makes me extremely happy. So it says, I love you, I know. So it's fan art. And then on the other side, R2-D2 and CP3O. And it's a really good rendition too. So I'm really, really happy with this. they did a great job with this, honestly. So I will be finding a place to put this on my shelves here very soon. I'm actually gonna set that apart so that nothing happens to it. Oh, this is actually really cool. This is a advertisement for The Bad Seed by Michael Lackey. The light shines brightest when the world is at its darkest. It's an interesting bookmark. It looks like it's a foot trapped in like weeds. I don't know a whole lot about what the book is about, but I've seen the cover and it looks really, really pretty, and I would love to get my hands on a copy at some point. So, oh cool, we have actual, oh, it's a little interview with Veronica Roth. Okay, so, obviously now I understand why they keep tying Veronica Roth, author to Divergent, into this series. On the back we have this little interview. I'll try to read it somewhat quickly so that we're not here forever, but forgive me if I'm slow at some points. Number 1. How did you decide on the title, Carve the Mark? Her answer. The working title of the manuscript was Sojourn because the story has a lot of journeys. Akko's journey to Shattet, Syra and Akko's journey through space, and so on. But while Sojourn was technically accurate, it didn't have as much thematic resonance as the story developed. The line, Carve the Mark, were repeated a few times throughout, always at pivotal moments for both characters. It said something about loss, identity, and vulnerability for both Syra and Akko's, which made it feel like the right title to me. Plus, I think it's memorable. You'll have to forgive me, the font is really small. 2. How would you describe the cultures in the book? Can you tell us a bit about the influences that you drew from and how you came to shape this world? Her response. I wanted to create cultures that didn't feel familiar, so I tried not to make more than a little hint from the cultures we know. The Shattet have the same resourcefulness and willingness to just work with what you have that I noticed when I lived in Romania. They're also warriors who work with what we have. They're also warriors who essentially have a gladiatorial arena, like ancient Greeks. It's legal for them to challenge each other to duels, like colonial Americans, among others. They love their mother tongue just like they do in France or Hungary. They also engage in scavenging as a cultural religious practice, which is not, to my knowledge, something any culture does on our planet. Thuv, on the other hand, came together for me because of their history, like early Americans who moved to the New World to farm tobacco. They migrated to the planet to grow ice flowers and had to learn to deal with the harsh climate there. They had to be resourceful. They also carried with them remnants of other places and an appreciation for ornate and beautiful things, since their landscape is so stark. One thing I hoped to avoid was building any culture around around just one thing. Because that's not how people with a long history really work. Real cultures have nuances and contradictions and idiosyncrasies. Some parts of them change while others don't. They divide into hundreds of subcultures. My intention was to build histories and places that felt rich and complicated, the way that they would be in a real place. As the author, you've spent a lot of time with your main characters. Can you tell us about them and what makes them special to you? Her response. Akko's was a bit of a mystery to me at first. I only knew his current gift, which was essentially an invisible armor that kept him separate from other people's gifts, among other things. He is a guarded, wary person, and he's also somewhat obsessive. He admits to pursuing his brother's rescue to the point of madness. But underneath all that, he has a softness and a vulnerability that's relatively untouched by the difficult things that have happened to him, something I find really appealing. Syra, on the other hand, was easier to understand from the get-go. She's grown up in this harsh environment, which has of course left her a little warped and morally conflicted. But she's also proud of where she comes from. She's in pain all the time, which makes her sharp and impatient, as it would anyone, but she's also thirsty for change, for freedom. What I love most about her is that she's a little selfish. She's not a hero. She looks out for herself and the people she cares about. Few though there are, and that's it. it's interesting to write a character like that, who is more focused on survival than on any grand ideals. Into which factions would you place your new main characters? Syra is definitely an erudite. I think I said that right, sorry. She's always learning new languages or exploring other planets' customs. She's a good strategist, particularly when it comes to combat, and a decent teacher. Akos is a little more difficult. He's selfless, but only when it comes to his family. He's too willing to fight to be amity. He's not open enough to be candor, and he's not dedicated to learning as Syra is. I would call him a low-key Dauntless. He's not boisterous like a lot of Dauntless are, but he's definitely not afraid to take risks. Which of your new main characters could survive Dauntless initiation? Conversely, how might Triss fare in your new world? Oh, I think they could both survive initiation. Syra may have erudite leanings, but she's a survivor, and so is Akos. Triss would probably be overwhelmed by the technology of this new world, given that she isn't exposed to much in dystopian Chicago. But, like Syra and Akos, she's determined and capable. I'm not sure she wouldn't thrive in the Carve the Mark galaxy, but she would make it work. That's a really interesting insight into the novel, especially, you know, being able to have it on hand, and it's really pretty too, so it's like I could put this on my wall and use it as decoration, as a poster, and then anytime I want to remember what it is that the author said about her book, I can go check that out. We have another reference to The Bad Seed, which is by Michael Lackey. Let's see if I can get it to show, because it's really shiny. I mean, shiny things are really awesome, but they're a pain in the butt to photograph, and they're a pain in the butt to try to keep on video with lights. I think we are finally down to the bottom of the box, where the last remaining thing is the book, and to my complete surprise, we got Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I am actually really happy to have gotten this. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about the book once I start reading it, but I have full intentions of letting all of you guys know, because I keep you guys in the loop on everything. Though I do have to say, the cover is really, really very, very pretty. It's like the dust jacket is like a soft cover feel. So, it's huge. Oh my god, it's huge. I'm sorry, it's just like really huge. Oh wow, it's really elaborate. That's really, really pretty. Okay, so whenever I take the dust jacket off, let's see if I can get this to focus. Dust jacket's off. Can you see all of the embossing? Like, that's insane. It's really gorgeous though. And on the side, in giant, we see Carve the Mark. So, that's really, honestly, very pretty. Ta-da! Would help if you could see me. Sorry. But, there you go. And you have our unboxing for the Spearcraft January book box. And honestly, Spearcraft, props to you. I think this is a great start to the new year, and I am so hopeful to see you guys continue to succeed. Thank you for sending me this for review. For all of my watchers and viewers, or whatever you would like to call yourself, I like to call you guys Phoenix family members, but that's just me. So for all of you who are watching, listening, and devoting your time to paying attention to all the things that tumble out of my mouth, thank you for joining. I hope that you are willing and able to go check out Spearcraft, because I doubt that you'll ever actually regret getting a box from Spearcraft. So, thanks again for all of your time for watching and spending your day with me, because I always love talking to you guys. So just remember, if you aren't already and you'd like to be, go ahead and hit that big red button down below to subscribe to give a Phoenix its fire. Thanks for watching, guys, and I love you. Bye!